Hey, I'm Kazan and I am a health and fitness coach for horse riders, and I help horse riders improve their riding using off-the-horse, rider-specific and rider-focused equestrian fitness exercises. So welcome back to this posture workout. I'm going to show you a very quick and simple routine that you can do, mainly just using your body weight, but also with some small dumbbells, or even you could incorporate some resistance bands if you didn't have those available. Very simple equipment that you can find at home, you might even have access to if you go to the gym. So let's get started. The first exercise that I think is really good for riders is actually our whole core chain. And we're going to come and do push-up. So we can do a couple of different options here. We can do a modified push-up, which is where most of you might be more comfortable. That's where we're going to come to our knees and we're going to push, come down and then push up through our chest. So my hands are shoulder width, just slightly shoulder width distance apart, slightly bigger than shoulder width distance apart. My chest comes down and I'm supporting my weight through my chest and my arms. If I wanted to make it more challenging, I'd come to a full push-up, making sure that I'm nice and strong through my core and through my back. And again, pushing upwards, maintaining a nice, slow and controlled movement down, and then pushing up. If you found that really difficult, one thing that you could do is come to the wall, and you could do a push-up here. So hands, about chest height. You're going to press inwards into the wall and then press outwards. Again, that can be a really effective exercise if you feel that you're not able to do the modified push-up on your knees. So we're going to go for 10 repetitions, or as many as you can. And then once that is done, we're going to come to a side plank exercise. So we're going to either have our feet stacked on top of each other or our feet slightly apart. We're going to come to our forearm and we're going to push up through our shoulder and support ourselves. We can have one arm up above us and then we can rotate through underneath us, our chest and belly. And we're going to go for 6 to 8 repetitions on this side. Again, incorporating some mobility movement into some of this strength and posture work. Once you're happy, we're going to come over to the other side. And then rotating through. Again, 6 to 8 repetitions. That's 6, 7, and 8. Ooh, have a little breather. Okay, we're going to come on to our back now, and this is an exercise called the dead bug. So here you could, if you wanted to, have some mini weights, and what we're going to do is we're going to be flat on our back. We're going to have our arms up to the ceiling and our legs in a nice right angle. And we're going to extend one leg out and one arm in front of us, and then swap sides and do the opposite. So it's always opposite arm to opposite leg, and making sure that we're really isolating that movement from the joints. So nothing else should be moving, our core should be nice and engaged. And we're going to go for 10 each side. But make sure you're counting your reps, being nice, slow, controlled, deliberate movement. Should be coming to your last repetitions. Make sure you've done 10 each side, and then come to a resting position. The next exercise that we're going to do is a glute bridge. So there's a couple of things that we can do here. We're going to glute bridge upwards, and then straighten one leg out. And what we can do is we can hip bridge upwards with just one leg. And we could do that 10 times on one side and then swap to the other side. If you feel that that's too challenging for you, just stick with both legs. If you wanted a variation, one thing that we could do is more of a marching glute bridge. And again, we can come up and down each time we swap sides. So find a way that works for you. I'm quite liking this way at the moment. So single leg glute bridges. Really making sure that you squeeze at the top of that movement. And once you're happy, we're going to come up to our last couple of exercises. We're now going to come to one of my favourite exercises, which is the thruster squat. Again, if you've got some weights, you can use these, but if you haven't, you can just have your body weight. We're going to have our feet hip-width distance apart, toes slightly outwards, arms at our shoulders. We're going to squat down and press up simultaneously. I'm going to do that for 12 repetitions here. And I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my form. Making sure that my chest is upright, that my core is engaged, and that my pelvis doesn't get too anterior in the tilt, and then I've got an arch back. Again, trying to keep the pelvis fairly reasonably tucked in. Some of you might have a limited range of movement and you can only come halfway. That's absolutely fine, do what you're able to work with. So making sure that you've done 12 repetitions of the thruster squats. And then what we're going to do is we're going to work on our single leg balance. Again, it's going to be fantastic for our posture. So we're going to come to a reverse lunge, and then we're going to drive our knee upwards. So this is a reverse lunge with a knee drive and a shoulder press. So really show up Pay attention if you find yourself wobbling to one side. If you find that a little bit too challenging at the moment, what you can do is take out the reverse lunge and just practice that knee drive with an overhead shoulder extension. If you're confident, you can add in that reverse lunge. So I would go for 10 repetitions each side. If you feel that you're a little bit weaker on one side than the other, you could do a couple of extra ones. And come to a rest. Okay, last two exercises. We're going to again pick up our weights. We're going to hinge at the hips, soft bend through the knees. We're going to have our weights and we're going to row the weights towards us, really engaging through our lat muscles, and a nice slow and controlled movement, making sure that our chest is up, we're not rounding our back, got a nice posture, and engaging through our lats and squeezing those muscles there. This is really good for riding, not that we're encouraging the pull-back movement on the reins, but actually we're just engaging those muscles so that we can have a nice, strong, secure connection with our horse, even in a forward posture. So that we're nice and giving with the rein, but we're not weak, and we're able to still support our horse when they need it. So 12 repetitions there. You might find that you can increase the weight with that exercise. I'm just going to show you from this direction. So again, you could have an underhand grip. You could have a grip that's just by the side, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come to a reverse fly movement. So this time opening our arms outwards like a pair of wings. Again, making sure that we've got good posture through our back. Nice, slow and controlled movement. And squeezing at the top of the movement. Once you've done 12, take a rest and a break. And we've come to the end of that posture circuit. So that is a very simple, straightforward workout to follow. You could repeat that 2 times, 3 times, maybe even 4 times, depending on the time that you have. If you're finding it too easy, you could increase the weights in some respects, or what you could do is just increase the intensity of the workout. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Karzan, I'm a health and fitness coach for horse riders. I help riders improve their horse riding using specific rider-focused exercises that can be done off the horse in your own time.